Hello and welcome to the President's Table. My name is Dan Jones, the President of Texas A&M University Commerce, and we're glad to have you along for this month's edition. This is a busy week here on the campus of A&M Commerce. It's homecoming week. We have all kinds of activities going on, and of course our big homecoming football game Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock. So if anyone is looking for something to do, please drop by campus and you'll be sure to find something fun and entertaining. There's also a lot going on inside the classrooms and inside of our academic programs at A&M Commerce. And for our first segment today, we'd like to shine the spotlight on a couple of programs that are engaged in outreach. I'd like to introduce two of our academic leaders, Dr. Brenda Moore from the Department of Social Work and Dr. Bob Williams from our Ag Department. Brenda, if we could start with you. You've got a couple of programs going on that I know your faculty and students are very excited about, Project Respect and Project Pride.
Yes.
Can you give us a little background on how these projects got started, who they benefit, and who's involved in them?
Okay, you bet. Last fall we received notice of 2 federal grants, and one is Project Pride, and that grant provides stipends for graduate social work students to mentor incarcerated youth. So we have a partnership with the Grayson County Department of Youth Services, and our MSW students are spending time with the incarcerated youth doing mentoring for them and also completing their internship hours.
Oh, that's tremendous.
And then the other project is Project Respect, and it is a violence prevention program. Diana Jones is our director for that, and it's intended to provide education and outreach for domestic violence, sexual assault, dating violence, and stalking.
And these are both federally supported?
They are. And it's involved a collaboration of our faculty, involves our students, and then also partnerships with the campus community and the other community.
Right. What do our students get out of participating in these programs?
For Project Pride, they get money. They get a stipend,
Okay, well,
and so there's a fairly
good starting
significant.
point.
There's a significant stipend for our MSW students. We currently have 3 students who are doing their internships through this placement. For Project Respect, our intent is to be able to provide a safer campus community for both students, faculty, and staff as we provide education and outreach to deal with problems related to violence.
And how about research? What kind of research might come out of these projects?
Both projects have a research component. Project Pride involves with our MSW students as a part of their curriculum. They complete an agency-based research project, so the students are actually engaged in collecting data, analyzing data, and then having to put it together in a printable format. And then for Project Respect, we're going to be looking at more about the impact that we're having in terms of education and outreach.
Okay. So again, this is something that benefits our students. It
Absolutely.
introduces them not just to the practical aspects of their discipline and profession,
Absolutely.
but to the whole research dimension.
Absolutely.
Well, I know that you're very passionate about your field in general, about helping women and empowering women. And I guess this is kind of a personal question, but where does that passion come from? Were there people you knew that you looked up to and that sort of you think about as you find your way along?
Absolutely. As I look back, I think about some of the people that probably had an influence on my life, beginning with youth leaders in the church. There were women who met with a group of adolescent girls every week for our entire junior high and high school years, and looking back, that took an awful lot of commitment. And so I think by looking at the influence and the commitment that others have made, it's encouraged me to want to do the same.
Pay it forward, so to speak.
Exactly.
Right. How large is our social work program?
We have about 150 undergraduate students and about 140 graduate students.
And how does that compare in size to, there probably isn't a typical social work program, but...
There's not. There's about 14 graduate programs in Texas, and we're probably number 4 or 5 in terms of size, and we're continuing to grow, so that's exciting. And we're looking for some of these outreach programs to be a recruitment tool for us as well.
Right. And where do our students come from? How do they get into this field?
Gosh, they come from all over.
From everywhere?
Right now we are seeing not only traditional students that are interested in social work, but we're also seeing professionals that have been laid off of jobs or are ready for a career change, and they may have done what they thought they needed to do for a long time, and now they want to do what they want to do, something they feel like will make a difference, so they come to social work.
Right. And how about career opportunities in this field?
They're not without a job. We are very successful in being able to find job opportunities for our graduates, both undergraduate and the graduate students.
Well, I know there's a tremendous amount of need out there.
There is.
And no shortage of opportunity for people who want to go into this field, which is course, a lot of people are thinking about that right now
Yes.
in these difficult economic times.
Exactly.
Well, let's kind of shift our focus for a minute and talk about the program that's going on in the Ag Department that Dr. Williams is involved in. And this is also a grant, I understand, which
Yes.
is outreach to Hispanic farmers in the region.
Yes, sir.
How did this grant come about, and can you just kind of describe in general terms what the program goals are?
Well, in the Department of Agricultural Sciences, we have an interdisciplinary department. We have agribusiness, animal science, plant and soil science, agricultural education, horticulture, and so on. And trying to find opportunities that engage multiple faculty members or give faculty members the opportunity to work together and collaborate on a project is kind of a challenge to find a grant that matches our department. And this particular grant opportunity for an outreach program for beginning farmers and ranchers is the USDA funded program, is funded annually, request for applications. And it just so happened that one of the priority areas for the grant the year that we were sitting down to look at it was serving Hispanic farmers and ranchers who are in the beginning stages. And USDA defines a beginning farmer as someone who has been in the business 10 years or less, or someone who is wanting to start a career as a farmer. And so one of our collaborators, Dr. Mario Villarino, who is the County Extension Agent for Agriculture in Hopkins County, was at the meeting where we were discussing this. He's an adjunct faculty member in our department as well as the County Extension Agent for Texas AgriLife. And he mentioned that some of the changes in the economic challenges facing farmers in Hopkins County, the dairy industry in particular, which is a large part of the economy in Hopkins County. Many of those large dairies employ several farm workers, most of which are Hispanic. Many of those are migrants who were worried about what they were going to do if the dairies went out of business. We're worried, as I'm a Hopkins County resident and native, and was also concerned about what's going to happen to our other associated businesses if dairy fails or if agriculture fades as a major industry in our county. So that's what got us started to
Kind of got the ball rolling.
yeah.
Now, we have about a minute left. Are there particular problems that young Hispanic or beginning Hispanic farmers face that may be unique to their circumstances?
Credit challenges are the number one problem, access to credit, and part of our program is to help give them the financial skills to help understand credit procedures in the United States and how to access that credit, how to keep appropriate records and so on for them.
Right. Well, that sounds like a great project, and I know that by contributing to their success, we're contributing to the success of the entire region. So my thanks to both Dr. Brenda Moore and Dr. Bob Williams for being part of our segment today, and also thanks for being part of the university and the great work you do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be back in a moment with the next segment on the President's Table.